ABC 10 breaking news now.
Hello everyone, I'm Chris Thomas. Thanks for joining us here on the ABC 10 app. We do want to start tonight with breaking news in Nevada County. A fire is burning near Yuba Ridge Drive and is now forcing evacuations. That fire has burned about 20 acres so far and structures are threatened. I want you to take a look at the evacuation map because keep in mind evacuation orders are in red and the warnings are in yellow. If we can show that to you, Nevada County deputies have an evacuation shelter at the Madeline Helling Library. We'll get you that evacuation map when we can, but I do want you to know that if you have animals, you can take those to the Nevada County Horseman's Lodge. Meanwhile, right now, ABC 10's Paul Sangha is there live on scene. And Paul, I understand we do have some sad news that at least one home has been lost.
Yeah, and that's what we can see, and it looks like on this property there's several other structures, so some have been destroyed, others have been damaged, and this is about the closest we can get onto this property without asking for permission. But you can just take a look at this. This is the address, that is 11579. This is just off of Yuba Ridge Drive, and you can just take a look at some of the structures are kind of in the distance back there. We believe that's one of the homes. You got a few more outbuildings there, and helicopters have been coming to drop water here. And then as you take a look around, what you may be able to see is a lot of these cars, and I've been able to count at least 12 cars that have been damaged or destroyed on this property. And we've sort of walked a little bit of the fire here, and this is kind of what we've been able to see at this point. So we're told the Yuba fire, the size is burned about 20 acres. And as we pan over here, Winston, kind of see if you can pan right there. It just shows you how hot this fire is. So this vehicle that still hasn't burned, but you can take a look at the front light, just kind of how hot this fire is, a portion of the front light there melting. So a lot of the fire where we're standing right now has been kind of put out. It's kind of gone out. Obviously what we're dealing with is hot spots here, but this is one of the areas that we did see a home, and we're told that fire just kind of burned about a quarter of a mile away from where we are, and it kind of spread west. And this was the home that unfortunately that it did go through, and it went through a lot of the cars here. Let me go and pan over here, Chris, and we can show you. This is one of the hot spots that continues to burn, and I want to kind of point to this shovel right here. You can just take a look at that. The handle of the shovel, it just shows you how hot these fires burn. And since a lot of the vegetation is dry right now, these fires, this is prime fuel for these wildfires to kind of just rip through. So this is sort of the sad reality of what wildfires can do, and fire officials just asking people to be smart in these situations, as a lot of these majority of these wildfires are caused by humans. For this wildfire, they haven't said exactly what caused it, but the investigation is still going on. But this is one of the few properties that we have seen that have burned, and we'll send it back to you and try to get some more information to pass along. Chris.
Okay, well, you be safe out there, Paul. I just had one question for you. Can you tell me, is this a pretty populated area? You know, I know you mentioned at least one home was impacted. Is this like a neighborhood? Set the scene for us.
Yeah, this is mostly a rural area. The closest cities and towns are Grass Valley and Nevada City. This fire is burning northwest of that area, so it's not burning in any towns or cities. This is a very rural community where you may have homes, one home here, and then 200-300 feet later another home there. So that's kind of what we're dealing with here. Access to this area isn't very easy. It's a very small one-lane road, so that's probably what fire crews had to deal with. Maybe it hindered them in some aspect to bring the resources out here, but this is a very rural area where this fire is burning, and I can hear chainsaws in the back. So that's somewhat good news that fire crews are eliminating some of the fuels, but right now this fire is not burning at the same rate as it was about a few hours ago, Chris.
Okay, our Paul Sangha reporting live for us. Again, you be safe. We thank you for that update. We'll check back in tonight on the news at 6. We're also tracking a fire burning in Placer County. It's being called the Talbot fire, and just look at the smoke it's putting off. It's burning in Tahoe National Forest, about a dozen or so miles west of Palisades, Tahoe. So far, it's burned at least 16 acres between French Meadows and the Granite Chief Wilderness. Smoke jumpers are headed into the fire as we speak. There is no word yet on containment. We're keeping an eye on this fire, and we'll bring you more as it comes in.